This episode of BFC TV is brought to you by Polaroid. Welcome to BFC TV. My name is Ben, and today we are here at Archie's Press with the Archie. Archie, it's an honor to be here, man.
It's great to have you guys here. Thanks for coming in.
So today we're working on a very special project. It is a letterpressed Polaroid SX-70 print handled by the maestro himself. You've been handling this incredible machine. I've been here watching you wield this thing. How in the world did you get into letterpressing?
That's a great question. So my college just happened to have a really great letterpress shop, and I was like about to graduate and discovered it, and just got obsessed with these big rust-steel machines and being able to make thousands of something just with my own hands.
Wow. And were you always sort of into the analog universe? Were you always doing analog photography, for example, or was this your first foray?
No, totally. I was very into photography for a long time. I think digital photography kind of like bummed me out about photography in a weird way because everything just became so kind of easy and everyone was doing it, and I guess the bar got a little higher. But I was very into Polaroid SLR photography when I was in high school. And then when I discovered this, even more obscure rusty old machine, I got really obsessed with it.
This is really unbelievable and so highly technical and so precise. And there's two components to this. You are not only operating this large machine, you are also creating the art that is being pressed.
Right.
So how did your artistic talents develop alongside the letterpress art?
So I have no graphic design training at all, but basically everything that has to do with these machines are the foundational elements of graphic design. So when you're playing with little lead type, as was done traditionally and in most academic presses, you are literally just following all of the rules that were set for 500 years of graphic design.
Right.
So when I kind of started working on the computer, all of that restraint and capabilities and restrictions kind of translated over. So this machine doesn't have a motor, so I have to manually keep
You gotta crank that.
I gotta crank this constantly.
Like Soldier Boy. So you've got this interesting chart method that is sort of circular, ocular in style, and it's a little bit in contrast to what we're doing today, which is this Polaroid SX-70, which is a very different shape. How did you sort of come up with how you were gonna approach this legendary camera?
Once you've seen an SX-70, you kind of are completely enamored. Kyle, the founder of Brooklyn Film Camera, came in and I just said, "What is that thing dangling by your side?" And he was like, "Oh, this is a camera." And I was like, "That's the coolest thing I've ever seen in my life." Yeah, he was just like, boom. And I was like, "Whoa, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen." When he said he was interested in kind of like approaching this as like a challenge to kind of explain what this, expanding camera looks like actually from the inside out, I was really excited to take it on.
And there's so many individual components, so I kind of love that you did this design because you are used to figuring out how to bake down a lot of large concepts into more simple like wordings and chartings, and that's what you've done here. You've taken an extremely complicated camera and made it seem, not so bad.
Yeah, and it was helpful to work with some super experts at Brooklyn Film Camera because they know exactly how every inch of millimeter of this machine works. There's also like popularity, sometimes space is actually very unpopular right now,
Really?
But astrology is like off the charts. Ba-boom.
Oh, God, Archie.
Yeah.
Something I forgot to ask you is, and we should probably inform audiences, what is a letterpress?
Oh, a letterpress is so basically everything that was printed between 1490, the Gutenberg Bible, and 1980 was printed on a machine such as this. Computers finally kind of killed them in the early 80s, and they were kind of picked up again in the 90s when everything that was analog and cool kind of came back. And they kind of create this special print quality that you can't really get any other way.
Yeah, I would say. I mean, I've just been lusting over your ink, Archie. Pardon my French. And by the way, is this an honorary ink mark? I'm not sure if you can see this. Am I part of the club
Yeah, that's
now?
grease. Yeah, you wiped against something you weren't supposed to.
Oh, it's grease, it's not ink?
It's grease, yeah.
Okay, I've been greased up. Well, thank you to Archie for showing us around and making these magnificent prints. If you'd like your own, you can head on over to our website, brooklynfilmcamera.com. And thank you for watching BFC TV. See you on the next one.